Well, I have just finished testifying. I answered every one of their questions as fully as I could, based on what I knew, and what I knew is what I said in my statement this morning. I never met Jeffrey Epstein, never had any connection or communication with him. I knew Ghislaine Maxwell casually as an acquaintance, but whatever they asked me, I did my very best to respond. It was disappointing that they refused to hold a public hearing, so I wouldn't have to be out here characterizing it for you. You could have seen it for yourself. We had asked for that. We think it would have been better for the committee and its efforts to gather whatever information they are seeking. We returned to answer questions repetitively, literally over and over again. I don't know how many times I had to say I did not know Jeffrey Epstein. I never went to his island. I never went to his homes. I never went to his offices. So it's on the record numerous times. It then got, at the end, quite unusual because I started being asked about UFOs and a series of questions about Pizzagate, one of the most vile, bogus conspiracy theories that was propagated on the internet, that was serving as the basis of a member's questions to me.
Watching Hilary Clinton lie under oath and then knowing that she's probably not going to go to jail for that is exactly what it feels like to live in America right now. America might be the land of the free and the home of the brave, but apparently it's also the place of zero accountability. Like, Miss Clinton, why are you getting up there and trying to tell people, trying to tell Congress and the American public that you have never met Epstein when we have pictures of you with this man, when we have emails describing trips that you went on with this man? Look, I know you were Secretary of State and all, but this man visited the White House 17 times while your husband was president, and you expect me to believe that you weren't there for any of those times? I mean, are they even going to ask her about Obama's little hot dog party, about all those hot dogs that he flew in, the $65,000 worth of hot dogs from Chicago all the way to the White House? And then, after lying under oath, you have the audacity to get upset that somebody posted a picture of you and run out of the hearing when you guys are the ones that requested for the hearing to be recorded. You expect us to believe that you are really that upset that somebody posted an unflattering picture of you when you are the one that requested for your deposition to be live on TV? Hillary, honey, okay? We know how corrupt and evil you and your husband are. So why are you lying? Why are you trying to cover that up? The jig is up. But honestly, I can't even say I'm shocked because the Clintons weren't exactly the ones that I thought were going to go in there and sing like songbirds. And I mean, honestly, this woman should have been arrested a long time ago, but perjuring yourself under oath live in front of the American public, I mean, if that's not enough, I don't know what is.
What is this? The House Oversight Committee has just decided that they are going to allow Bill and Hillary Clinton to testify about Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell from home. We're not even allowed to work from home. And while the UK is locking up Prince Andrew, Hillary Clinton is telling the BBC that she didn't even know Ghislaine Maxwell that well when she had an aisle seat at Chelsea's wedding. And we all already know about Bill. He's been mentioned in the Epstein files more than pretty much anybody. Here's the deal. After avoiding subpoenas for a month, Hillary is set to testify from home on Thursday, and then the following day, Bill is set to testify from home on Friday. So if they're testifying at home, are they even going to be put under oath, or are we just taking their word for it? Why are we giving this special treatment to Bill and Hillary? Shouldn't they be treated like every other American, or does this just further prove that they're in the club? As always, let me know what you think about all of this down below.
Do you regret the links that there have been? You know, we have no links. We have a very clear record that we've been willing to talk about, which my husband has said. He took some rides on the airplane for his charitable work. I don't recall ever meeting him. Did you
ever meet Ghislaine Maxwell?
I did on a few occasions, and thousands of people go to the Clinton Global Initiative. So it to me is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And we are more than happy to say what we know, which is very limited and totally unrelated to their behavior or their crimes. And we want to do it in public because let's make this transparent.
There are calls for another individual who denies wrongdoing to go before Congress on this matter. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. Do you think he should testify?
I think everybody should testify. Look,
including the former prince?
I think everybody should testify who is asked to testify. I just want it to be fair. I want everybody treated the same way. That's not true for my husband and me because other witnesses were asked to testify. They gave written statements under oath. We offered that. They want to pull us. Why do they want to pull us into this? To divert attention from President Trump. This is not complicated. Is not something that is really at the heart of what this matter is about. They are accused and in both cases were convicted of horrific crimes against girls and women. That should be the focus. And we are more than happy to say what we know, which is very limited and totally unrelated to their behavior or their crimes. And we want to do it in public because let's make this transparent.
There are calls for another individual who denies wrongdoing to go before Congress on this matter. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly Prince Andrew. Do you think he should testify?
I think everybody should testify. Look,
including the former prince?
I think everybody should testify who is asked to testify. I just want it to be fair. I want everybody treated the same way. That's not true for my husband and me because other witnesses were asked to testify. They gave written statements under oath. We offered that. They want to pull us. Why do they want to pull us into this? To divert attention from President Trump. This is not complicated.
The world is going to pay a price very soon for what's happening in the Middle East, literally. Economists are warning that oil prices are about to surge, and that's going to have a knock-on effect on all sorts of goods which rely on fuel to be made or transported, which is most things around the world. So inflation's going to go up too. So Iran controls what's arguably the most important shipping lane in the world. That's the Strait of Hormuz. It's the only way that oil can be transported not just from Iran, but from Saudi Arabia, Kuwait, and the UAE to the rest of the world. So that's roughly a fifth of the daily global production of oil, 20 million barrels a day. At the moment, oil tankers are reporting they can't get through because of what's happening, and we have no idea when it's going to be safe for them to travel down that waterway and continue supplying oil to the world, and prices will keep going up until they can.
All right, so let's talk about what this is really, what this really means, okay? Like beyond the headlines and the hot takes. So right now, America is witnessing one of those moments where politics, power, public trust, and history intersects, and everyone is trying to interpret what all of this means. What started as a committee efforts to understand the Justice Department's handling of the Epstein file case has turned into something far bigger, a national conversation about accountability, transparency, and the rules that govern the most powerful leaders. I mean, think about this. When was the last time a former U.S. president was legally forced to testify before Congress? It's unprecedented in modern times, and it sets a new standard for congressional oversight. Some Americans see it as progress, a sign that no one, not even the most powerful people in the country, are above scrutiny. That's something meaningful for many who have grown skeptical of political privilege or backroom power. So across social media, on X, TikTok, Reddit, and YouTube, the conversations are fiery. Conservatives frequently highlight the Clintons' past connection with Epstein and question why full documentation hasn't been made public. They view the committee's actions as a long overdue look into how the elite would influence. I don't know if I'm saying those things correctly. There are thousands of posts pushing that angle, with hashtags like Epstein Files, Clinton's Under Oath, and government transparency trending in political circles. Meanwhile, many of the left are calling this inquiry a partisan spectacle, pointing out that Hilary Clinton described the questioning as political theater. They argue the committee is more focused on scoring political points than actually delivering justice for victims, okay? And they want the same scrutiny directed at others allegedly tied to his orbit. That side of the debate has been forceful, emotional, and in some cases downright angry. Independents and moderates, the largest voting bloc in the US, are watching all of this with a mix of skepticism and fascination. Many are asking questions like, why is this happening now? What real evidence exists beyond old flights, logs, and photos? Is this about justice, politics, or both? These questions reflect a broader American frustration, a feeling that our political system is fighting within itself, while real accountability sometimes gets lost in the noise. And that's the emotional heart of this story. Not just that former presidents are testifying, but how Americans are reacting to it. People aren't sitting quietly anymore. You know, they're online, they're debating, they're talking, they're forming communities around ideas of fairness, corruption, trust, and history. There are also deep emotional currents tied to the tragedy itself. Survivors and advocates have been calling for transparency and justice for years. No matter what the political perspective, many Americans feel strongly about accountability for individuals who abused their power and harmed people who were vulnerable. These voices, though sometimes drowned out by political rhetoric, are part of why this story resonates so strongly, because there are real human consequences behind every file, testimony, and headlines linked to okay? So when we talk about why this story is trending, why it's generating millions of views, emotional comments, heated shares, and viral debates, it's not just because of the name recognition involved. It's not just because it's political. It's because it taps into deep questions about power, accountability, and trust in public institutions. It makes people think about who holds influence in this country, who gets called before lawmakers, and whether every citizen, no matter how prominent, is expected to answer for their connections. And that, my friend, is the real reason this story became one of the most talked about topics in the United States right now. What do you guys think about this entire video? Please go ahead, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Subscribe if it was your first time to be on this channel. I will definitely see you in my next video. Please stay peaceful.